You know, sometimes you just got to know when to hold them. Dreaded Piper here, and we are loading a bowl today. Most people load their bowls a certain way. Well, today is a secret, and I don't really know if I want to show you, to be honest with you. So I'm going to experiment and see if this works. Today I'm smoking a Dr. Samo. That's right. And I'll tell you a story about this pipe. A Dr. Samo. Now, in the pipe, we have a very rare blend of ancient age tobacco. It's called AA15. And don't ask me what the 15 means, but AA. That's what's in the bowl. So this Dr. Sabo, he came up with a pipe. It looked just like you probably know the name. Can I say it? Dr. Grapo? Now, Dr. Grapo, they say, he didn't like that at all when he found out that. The other guy, I won't mention what nationality it was, that he was copying his pipe, basically, is what I heard. He didn't like that at all. So, being a doctor, that's not a very good idea to mess with the doctor. That's it. That's right on. Anyway, yeah, you don't mess with the doctor. The whole time that Dr. Grabo was in the States, he thought about going to cross abroad, let's just say abroad, and confronting this guy about basically taking his patent. Now, this is just a legend. This is what I hear. And I heard this from, I think it was somebody that worked for somebody that knew somebody that, I think they rented a house from a cousin of John Hooker, I think was his name. You can look it up. It's a public record. It's a big deal. So he'd travel abroad and he'd look for this guy, Samo. And the only way he could find him was a trail of briar. And it was like thick. And it had a weird smell. You know, kind of like burnt toast and seaweed. It was a weird combination. So anyway, he would make up a batch of that stuff, they said. And then when he thought he was close enough to somebody that was either making a pipe or could be that Sabo guy, he cast that thing out in the air like a boomerang. And next thing you know, that thing come back by. It'd sit right there. I know somebody that said they knew somebody that saw it. I mean, it was on the news, they said, and the news don't lie, right? That's the weirdest thing I ever heard, but, you know, they never really said too much about what happened to the guy. I'm just glad to have one of his pipes. I mean, this thing, I bet I could get $3 for this thing. You know, genuine bra. That bra has probably been stuck in my foot for about at least 3 days. You know, see, but that's probably where the Bigfoot or something scratched on that thing, it looks like. See that? I tell you, I might want to try to find out about that. That might be worth, put that with the Get Stick. And we might have something there, guys. Just, yeah. Matter of fact, that's another story about how this was actually smoked by Bigfoot. Yeah, yeah. He had his paws, and they see right there. You can see it. He scratched right into it. And that's my story. I think, and that maybe that's what happened to him. He was eaten by Bigfoot. Anyway, I ramble on and digress and regress and then progress, I hope. Until another video, this is the dreaded Piper. Why you always do something funny? Peace, light, and God's love.